Well, I'm now at Bombay, changing flights. Bombay reminds me of the Damarages and the stand that Lydia and Rebecca Desai made, and Priscilla Souza in 2008 when they were exposing the criminality of the PBCC cult. It would just appear that their plea fell on deaf ears. They didn't agree clearly with being shunted off from their homeland to New Zealand, moved back to Australia. And when I was in Australia in 2008 with Martin Edgar, Bruce Hales, when we passed back through Sydney from New Zealand, and listened to a reading by David Hocking, I think it was, from Bairnsdale. Bruce Hales told me afterwards I passed under the radar. In other words, he'd have asked me to give the reading if he remembered I was coming through. Of course, we had quite a characterful time running around New Zealand with Martin Edgar, taking in turns to take readings. Bit of a ministerial tour. I'm not sure how much Martin's used these days for taking readings, but we always used to enjoy him. And Martin caused a bit of a stir over there, but nevertheless, I'm sobered to be here, because when I was over here on business just after I'd been shut up in April 2017, I got the most soul-destroying communication from Neil Barron, a UBT representative who'd come into Weavable, basically saying that I'd been accusing me of being inappropriate with a staff member of my own staff, a female member of my staff. Completely and utterly wrong, of course, but shocking that I had to go through all that. And but I can't describe the devastation. Here I was, not only shut up, but then a massive case starting against me when I was over here on business. So they're not only, the PBCC don't only pulverise you and take your family away when you shut up, they then start attacking your business. And that's after having had 27 priestly visits, being told you're harassing the brethren, and 3 public rebukes. So it's just a destroying tactic. It's so ruthless. And of course, if people like myself speak the truth or say something that Bruce Hales doesn't want to hear, he can be vindictive and just withdraw from you, rebuke you, shut you up and withdraw from you. But the trauma you go through, the stress, will be enough to kill some people. I just about pulled myself together, but I never had an experience like it when I got this call to say that I'd been inappropriate when I knew I hadn't. Right through to this day, £2.5 million, 5 million Australian dollars later, I'm still here, having been through numerous court cases, having knocked back all sorts of attacks from the brethren, with the help of lawyers and just my own integrity, standing for truth. They're now still at me wanting $1.5 million Australian dollars for paying their court costs, for taking me to court, for saying that they were false witnesses. When they stood against me when I was acquitted in January 2023. So the toll it takes on you is massive, and many just wouldn't be able to stand what I've been able to stand. Of course, they've done you mental, try to destroy your self-confidence. It's a cult, and it's wicked the way that the cult take advantage of the provision in law that should never have got through, in the form of the Stewart Foundation of Christian Brethren Act, 1989. And then when you tackle the chairman, Phil Weldon, he says, oh no, the brethren don't use it. And he's the gatekeeper, so he knows what's happening. And now we find out, via AI actually, that Philip Weldon and Bruce Hales have many meetings, and still do, and yet they lie. They're prepared to tell lies to say that they're not working together. So it's been a rocky road, but the PBCC are getting exposed. The help of the Australian Tax Office raid and various court exposures. But the lies are shocking. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because I'm just sobered to think of these wonderful brethren that used to be local here in Bombay, and other brethren like Andy Seeley and John West and others were going to move over here and strengthen their position. And I worked with John to try and set him up with business when he moved over here. But then it was all stopped, and now the families over here have been excommunicated. It's shocking.